Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name is Chris. I'm your coach and sports therapist, and welcome to Recovery Lab. Today is all about our prehab class. Okay, it's our upper body prehab class. We have it every Thursday, same time, every day, every week. Okay, and it's all about corrective exercise. It's about bulletproofing your body from the inside out. All those unbalances, kind of weaknesses, potential injuries that you may have. It's all about correcting those. Okay, so today we're going to focus on the upper body, and in today's class we're going to be focusing on back health. Okay, so it's super important for everyone. For a lot of you with potential back injuries or back conditions, it's also going to be super important that you kind of work on this type of exercises. All right, so just like Anne does, good morning, Anne. Say hello in the comment section. It's always nice to know who's here, how you're doing, how your morning is going, how your week is going, how have you found the session so far this week. Let me know how many you've done. It's always nice to know if we kind of get people doing the full week course, week in, week out. It's always nice to kind of see the same old faces, you know. Really want to build a community with this. So, good morning, hope you're well, hope you're okay. So the things you're going to need today are a resistance band, okay, one of these little red ones. Good morning, Kim. You're going to need a foam roller of some kind, okay? It doesn't have to be a spiky one like this, it can be a flat one, but you need a foam roller, okay, for some of the exercises. If you don't have one, don't necessarily worry. If you have a small box or maybe a couple of yoga blocks, grab those as well, or just a stack of pillows. It's just to elevate your shoulder off the floor for one of the exercises. And then you're going to need a technique bar, not a javelin, a technique bar. Okay. If you don't have a technique bar, not to worry. Most people don't. Grab yourself a pole, grab yourself a broom handle, grab yourself a mop handle. You name it, just a straight bar will do. And then you're going to need your mat, potentially a drink and a towel if you want to have those things as well. And then just a nice, well ventilated room with a bit of space around you. Okay. So first of all, we're going to mobilize our shoulders, mobilize our back, get ourselves kind of woken up. Because you might have just got out of bed, you might have been up for hours, and we need to get our body ready. Okay. So gently get ready. Come back, nice and easy. Okay. First things first, you are going to sit down, you're going to walk it out, you're going to stretch, and then you're going to walk it back up. Okay, you're going to come around, come up top, come back around, and then walk it back up again. Big drive up, big drive out. And walking it forward each and every time, keeping those hips as low as you can. Big fan around to the back of the head, squeezing the head, squeezing those ears, and walking it back. Good. That's it, almost there. Big draw up. Last one. Good. From there, stay in there. Okay, you're going to slide up. You're going to come under. Drop your shoulder down. And there, back in the middle. Swap sides. Drop shoulder down. And just transfer from one to the other as you're in that position. Get the best about that kind of shoulder rotation, upper spine rotation. Good. From there, coming up into a box shape. Okay, this time rotating all the way around. You're going to come all the way down.
then there, then swap sides. All the way around, back down, swap sides. Good, keep focusing on rotating the body as best as you can. Big stretch around. Good, big reach around, as tall as you can. Good, from there. Last one. Good. Okay, from there, what you're going to do, you're going to draw your knees down, you're going to draw your hips down, okay? You're going to come up, tap, and there, tap, keeping your spine nice and straight, mobilizing those shoulders, trying not to move anything else, okay? So it's nice and gentle as you do this one, just like so. That's it. Good, two more. Last one. Good job. Okay, so what we're gonna do is lay it on our backs. We're gonna make a big T shape with your arms. Okay, you're gonna lift up one leg, you're gonna roll, try and kick up, and then come over and try and kick up on the opposite side, okay? So it's big T shape, draw it up, coming over, drawing up, trying to keep the shoulders down on the floor as you're rotating that body. So two more. Last one. Good. From there, keeping that T shape in the arms. Okay, you're gonna lift up your legs into a nice right angle. Okay, you're gonna roll over, gluing your shoulders down. Okay, coming back, gluing shoulders down. Rotate from one side to the other. Okay, keep the bent knee. Some of you are gonna find this easier than others. Keep it there for now. It's more of a mobility and a core workout. Just focus on the range. Good. Two more. Last one. Good. Okay. From there, making sure your back is on the mat now. Okay. You're gonna have both legs going forward. Your back is going to glue into the mat, and it's very, very important that your lower back, especially, is glued down into the floor. You're going to put one leg straight, okay, just like so. One leg is going to go up like that. You're going to draw your hand here, unless you want to use this one for your head, and you're going to tuck up like that and hold, okay? It's really important that you kind of squeeze and push down as much as you can as you lift there, okay? Your hand is directly alongside your thigh, okay? You're not holding onto your thigh, you're not using it for support, you're closing your hand, and then the side, top part of the arm, your fist is alongside, like you're sliding something down it. Squeezing there, okay? You're supporting your head, okay? You're squeezing those abs, you're trapping that lower back, you're engaging, and it's going to be a brilliant exercise to help strengthen that back and that core, okay? So, gently get ready. It's going to be 10-second holds, all right? Sounds super easy, it'll get tougher. Ready? And go. Try and keep that neck neutral. Try and support it with a hand. 3, 2, relax. Good job, okay? Get ready, it's going to be the opposite leg now. 3, 2, 1, drawn up. Squeezing that lower back. 2, 1, relax. Good job. Swapping legs. Get ready. 5 seconds. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, relax. Good job. Swapping sides. 5 seconds. Keep those toes in line, those knees in line. Sit. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good job. Got 3 more. Swapping hands. 2, 1. Let's go. Squeeze that lower back down. Draw those shoulders down. Lift the head up. And relax. Good job. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squeeze that lower back down. It's super, super important. Squeeze it as much as you possibly can. 3, 2, 1. Good job. 1 more round. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Tuck them up. Squeeze down, shoulders and lower back. Tuck your feet up. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Well done. Shake it out. Big deep breaths. Use that comment section. Let me know how you're feeling so far, okay? Now this next one, what you're going to do, you're going to have a bit of fun with it. Now, you can either use that foam roller, okay, for your back. And by doing so, you'll squeeze it in the middle, okay, just like so. So when you then extend up, okay, that foam roller doesn't move from side to side, okay? Or if you would prefer, especially if you have a long bar like mine, so I have a full length Olympic bar, okay, that bar then can literally go from head to toe, and as you can see, it moves around a lot more because it's slippery, okay? So that's going to help keep my neck neutral. It's going to help keep my spine neutral, and I'm resting it in between my shoulder blades and my coccyx, in between the crease of your bum, okay? From there, effectively, you're doing exactly the same, tucking up, coming down, swapping over. Now your goal is to keep that bar as still as you can and flow from one to the other, okay? So, gently get ready. Going in 3, 2, 1. Neck nice and neutral, so tuck it in. Take your time. Really squeeze that shoulder blade back. Really squeeze that arm up and that foot, tuck it in. Doing great, guys. Keep it going. Good, one more. Good. Okay, so gently resting, grab your balls, relax. How many of you felt that? How many of you lost your sticks, lost your foam rollers, whatever object you had on the back? If it fell off, then naturally just slow it down, take your time. It's one of those things that it's all about engagement, okay? And to increase engagement, you need to decrease momentum, all right? So take your time with it. The more engagement you have, basically activation, it's another word for it, okay? The more you activate those muscle fibers through challenging your neural system, okay, the more you're going to benefit, okay? It's about quality over quantity, okay? If you increase the activation, the engagement, okay, then you don't have to do as many reps as you maybe believe to induce that fatigue, because you're going to bring it on a little bit quicker, okay, because you're going to work a lot harder. You're going to get a lot hotter by doing it, okay? Love it, Kim. Love it. It's one way of getting around it. Okay, so if you have a small tennis ball, massage ball, golf ball, you name it, little ball, you can have a lot of fun. I say a lot of fun. You can have a lot of challenge with a ball. Okay, so by sticking the ball on your lower back and then trying to do it whilst you keep that ball on there, it's super hard, but can be a fun, interesting way of knowing, are you doing what you think you're doing? Because if you're coming up and you're rotating your hips like that, okay, then you're not necessarily stabilizing your pelvis like you're trying to, you know, which stabilizes your spine. You're kind of rotating it, which then rotates the lower base of your spine while you're teaching your upper part of your spine to stay as straight as you can, you know. So it's a brilliant way of doing things like that. But yeah, love it, Kim, love it. So let's place that bar back on, foam roller, or now if you want to try a ball, okay? It'll make a huge difference. So let me know if you do it. Let me know how you get on, okay? So gently getting ready. Running 3, 2, 1, nice and steady. Don't forget to draw the hand up as much as you can, that shoulder, and then tuck those toes up as you stretch out. Sit nice and steady. Big squeeze at the top. Two more. Good job, well done. Shake it out. Chucking the sticks down again, okay? So this next one, you might want a cushion for it, okay? Just to safeguard your knees as you do it. So I'm gonna grab my little AirX cushion. It's not to balance, but it's just because they're really soft. I'm a sensitive soul. So this next one, okay? I'm gonna place it there. Now, a lot of us neglect this exercise, okay?
we tend to do the counterpart, which is the normal plank. Okay, this is going to be a side plank. It is going to be done on your knees. Some of you will then think you're cheating and all the rest of it, and I will show you that it's all nonsense. You're not cheating, you're working probably harder. Okay. Now, as soon as people go into side plank, right, they go full legged, they go as straight as they can. This elbow tends to be a little further forward, which places a lot of stress on your acromion. The little knobbly bit on the front of your shoulder causes generally an impingement, and you end up strengthening in a way that you shouldn't be necessarily strengthening your shoulder. Okay, so it's always important that you start with this elbow directly underneath your shoulder, and you need to be aware of that, because every time you go into that position, you'll naturally go a little bit further forward. Okay. Now, most people struggle with the side plank. They tend to go too tall. They tend to put their hand forward. They tend to bring their foot forward. They try and do all these other things. And it's all that rotation that you don't necessarily want or need, because with your abs, you want to generate force, okay? And you want to stop the force, if you will, okay? So it's kind of like rotational exercises, whether it's kind of a forward rotation, actual sideways rotation, backwards rotation, or stopping that movement, okay? So bracing, right? Now, it's super important that you kind of learn how to do that. And it starts with these hard exercises, basically. So what we're going to do, okay, is draw your hip forward, okay? Kind of feels a little bit awkward in this position, and you've kind of got a little bit of a curve in your spine. But what you're going to do is bend your knees backwards, okay? So all I care about is that knee up to my shoulder alignment. And then when I come there, see how my elbow comes up? So you've got to start slightly underneath you. So when you come up, it's in line, okay? Now, what happens is you tend to draw your bum backwards and down. You need to draw it forward, and you need to rotate this knobbly part slightly forward as you do it, and then place your hand there, but draw your shoulder back. That way, my spine is nice and straight, and I've got a lovely T shape going across here and up towards there, okay? So, jump in this position for me, and when you're ready, let's go. And you're trying to keep that line super straight up here and super straight down there, okay? Draw the shoulder back, keep it up, halfway already. That's it, keep it there. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and relax. So, taking your cushion over the other side, setting yourself up exactly the same, okay? So it's a straight line, it's tucking forward as you do so. I'll move a little further back for you so you can see my hands. It's going there, coming through, coming up. So you've got that straight line in your hips this way. You've got a straight line in your spine all the way to the top of your head. So there's no point if your head's this way or there, okay? You want to keep it neutral. You want to tuck your chin down. You want to draw the shoulder back so the spine's straight. Just like that. So 3, 2, 1. Good job. From there, spinning around. Exact same. Set yourself up nice and quick. Should be getting good at this now. Okay. As you come through, just making sure you're nice and perfect. Drawing through, drawing up so the neck is neutral, the spine is neutral. Good. So 10 seconds, keep it up, keep it going. So 3, 2,
1. Good job. Swap the sides. How we doing, guys? We okay? Hopefully, set yourself up. Make sure that elbow is where it should be. Hips up, shoulder back. Or if you're going to be forward, try to draw it back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Keep your hips level. Get a rest after this one, alright? So keep it going. So 5 seconds. Keep going. 3, 2, and relax. Good job. Well done. Shake it out. How are we feeling? Let me know. Grab a drink. Grab a towel. Let me know how we're doing so far.
Did what I say make sense about the side plank? Okay. A lot of people go to the full version thinking they're going to get the best results. They're going to get the strongest. They're going to get the leanest. They're all of a sudden going to have an amazing six pack and all the rest of it. So they sell themselves that, like, if the exercise is harder, I must be doing more. Okay. Well, then what you've got to look at yourself, okay, is am I actually doing the technique right to get the benefits of that exercise? If I'm not doing it perfect, it's worth me then going backwards, okay? I say backwards, it's the wrong word, to a slighter regression, okay, to then take a step forward and make a progression, okay? Because you will develop far greater in a easier exercise, okay, a simpler version when you were doing it right than moving forward and kind of doing that progression, that harder exercise when you're doing it wrong. So all of a sudden you're developing ineffective movement patterns. You're getting stronger in ways that you shouldn't get stronger. If you're rolling your shoulders inwards, okay, and it's creating that impingement here, and you spend most of your time like this, typing away at your computer or driving or on your phone, then all of a sudden, yeah, of course, it's going to be easier in that position because you're used to it, okay? But you're trying to get here, you're trying to draw it down, you're trying to get a healthier shoulder because it's hurting you. So having those kind of little step backs to then get strong to then move forward, you'll move forward. The step back you take, you'll take 4 steps forward when you do then make that move that way. That means harder. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So some these exercises, by just bending your knees, I find it harder, to be honest, than having a straight leg because I know my technique is better in there. And it's the same with like the presser where you come down and you slide out. Okay, I know full well if I go up onto my full, I lift my knees up off the floor. I know one, I'm compromising. My hips will drop and rotate and all the rest of it. And yes, it feels harder, but I'm not effectively doing the exercise correctly because I end up rotating my hips slightly as I end up leaning out. Whereas I know if my hips, my knees are down, my hips are engaged and locked, and then I can come down in that presser without compromising and leaning this way with my spine. So I end up keeping a straight spine as I do that and come in, then press away. So it's just like this. So it's the little rotations and so on and so forth, the unwanted movement. If you can limit that when you're running, when you're exercising, when you're swimming, you're cycling, you name it, whatever you're doing, you'll limit the unwanted movement in those situations as well. And that's when you stop getting the knee injuries. That's when you stop getting the back injuries, the shoulder injuries, the repetitive things that keep causing us problems. You end up removing them, you know, and then you end up being much, much stronger and increasing your power output whilst you are doing the exercises that you're trying to do, you know, and the movements you're trying to get strong in, because you're not wasting any power output. You know, it's going in the direction that you want it to go, as opposed to a bit of it's going this way, a bit of it's going that way, a bit of it's going that way, and you're trying really hard to kind of fight yourself whilst pushing out power. You know, if you can really engage, then all of your muscles are working as part of a team, and then it pushes out power in the direction and the force that you want it to happen. You know, so you're not weakening, you're actually
Perfectly normal human being. Okay, so same with the plank. Okay, so you're going to start off on your knees. Okay, now it's really important. Everyone tends to do this with their hands. Okay, they roll their arms in, and then it's that internal rotation that I say that we're commonly in. You know, so it's that rounded posture. What I need to do is draw out and away from the body. Okay, so you're gonna drop your hips down like so. Your elbows are going to be directly underneath. You're going to squeeze your bum. You're going to squeeze your abs. Okay. Now the elbow joint is underneath the shoulder. Okay. And those forearms face forward. Now some of you are going to find that really hard already. Some of you are going to find it absolutely fine. Okay. It's all on you. So knees down first. Make sure that back is nice and straight. Make sure those shoulders are down. And those elbows are directly underneath them. Okay. So keep working. Make sure the forearms are dead straight. Make sure the neck is looking down towards it. That's it. Focus on your breathing. Some of you are going to get hot and bothered. Some of you are going to be absolutely fine. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, walk it back up. Now, some of you are going to feel that on that lower back. Okay, some of you are going to find that your hips are dropping. Okay, what I want you to try and do now, okay, is using your bar as you did with your previous exercise. Okay, you're going to drop the hips, come down, and make sure that that bar is nice and level as you hold that position. Make sure your technique is perfect and watch how much, nailed it, watch how much that lower back improves in the fact that you have to work it 10 times harder, because instead of then dropping your hip, you're then elevating your hip, and it's going to be that battle between gravity and you. Okay, a lot of us compromise and curve our back and basically just stop using our back muscles, and then we end up kind of lengthening our abs. Our abs don't get that strong, and then it becomes more of a shoulder burn than anything else, you know. So we're all about doing things right. We're all about engaging. So squeeze your abs, squeeze your bum. It means if you can do both, it means your hips are in the right position. They're locked there, not like that, because then you can squeeze your bum, but you can't squeeze your tummy. And if you can squeeze your tummy, you can't squeeze your bum. Your hips are too far up. All right. So grabbing that bar across you. Okay, coming down like so. Squeeze your abs, squeeze your bum, make sure your back is straight, make sure your forearms are equally balanced out. That's it, let's go. Focus on your breathing, in through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, okay? Keep it up, keep it going. 10 seconds. So keep that back up. Just drop in, try and push it up a little bit taller. 3, 2, slowly walk it back up. Just like so. Let me know how that was. Okay, did people find it harder with the bar than without it? Was it easier? You tell me. Okay, and there is no right or wrong. Some of you are going to find it easier with it because it's going to allow you to remind yourself. Okay, and you have the strength there already. You just weren't using it or necessarily thinking about it. Some of you are going to find it immensely different in a sense where it is a lot tougher. Okay, so depending on ability now. Okay, now this is where the ego comes into play, and this is where you end up doing things that you're not potentially meant to or aren't ready for it yet. Okay, so if you can hold that, and that was absolutely fine, then what you're going to do, you're going to lift your knees up off the floor. Okay,
Still having the paws off on your back, okay? You're going to go down in position with your knees on the floor, and then when I count you in, you're going to lift your knees up, and you're going to hold it with a solid line, okay? Now, if you are struggling doing that, and you are compromising your technique by rotating your shoulders, rotating your hips, the stick is falling off all the time, then go back to phase 1, which is what I've just showed you and what we've just done, okay? So it's really important that instead of having it progressions or regressions, look at it as phase 1, 2, 3, 4, however many steps there are in the exercise. And then that way you're not going up a level or down a level, okay? You're working through a phase of the exercise to develop the strength and the movement pattern within that exercise, okay? And then it just comes down to what phase you're doing, depends on what phase you are in your training, you know? And then that ego doesn't get attacked, and the progression and the confidence gets kind of invigorated, if you will, okay? So the way you talk to yourself is super, super important, okay? Because your subconscious will listen to everything you say, and if you aren't lucky and you keep putting yourself down, you will always hammer yourself, and your confidence just won't come, right? So be fair, be kind to yourself. So elbows down, forearms forward, okay, in a straight line. Make sure they're directly underneath your shoulders. Okay, from there, your feet are directly in line with your hips and shoulders, okay? All right, and then from there, going in 3, 2, 1, lifting the knees up if you can. Focus on your breathing. Halfway. Doing amazing. Okay, keep it up. Lock those knees back. Really good. Keep it going. 5 seconds. 3, 2, knees down. Slowly walk it back up. Boom. How was that? Massive difference, isn't it? Because you're already fatigued, and you're going to pop up, and that neural system, some of you are going to be shaking. I certainly was. And it's just a bit of a neural fatigue, okay? Not necessarily you're doing it wrong. It's just where your neural system's tired. Hardest in the arms. Yeah. So for me as well, now I can quite comfortably do that. When I get more tired, okay, my lower back is weaker than the front of my body, which is the same for most of us. My shoulders, the rotator cuff muscles, doing shoulder exercises. So the things that we've been doing lately, the rotational stuff, the big stretching out, those press up type movements. For me, I don't know about you guys, and let me know if this is the case. For me, it's made a massive difference because I always used to be really weak anytime I come up here in a movement. So doing planks and doing things like that, tapping the shoulders and stuff, used to really kill me. Like Monday session, I found it super, super hard. You know, you saw the effects. I was dying, and it's those things that, like, the more you do, and doing these classes for you guys has really benefited me as a person. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for being here and being a part of it. But I've had a massive difference in what my shoulders can tolerate and what I can do as an individual. And I promise you, if you're kind of early on in your journey and you're having started joining us, they're going to make the same differences for you as well, you know, because if you just turn up, and that's the hardest thing, just being here, you know, and the more you do that, the more it's going to benefit you, okay? So don't be afraid to chuck your success stories up on this page. Use the discussion boards, use the comment sections. If you're doing well, I want to know about it, and I want to celebrate that with you, because it's huge. You know, you should be proud and should be supported throughout your journey, and that's what I'm trying to do. So by all means, let me know how you're getting on, because it is a journey. No one's above each other, no one's below each other. It's just a pathway that some people are a little further down the line than you, but it just means that together we can help each other along the way, you know. So we've got one more round of that, then we're going to go into something else, okay? So keep that bar nice and neutral, keep that spine nice and neutral.
again with the hips, squeeze the abs, squeeze the glutes, then the hips are nice and neutral, and then it comes down to that shoulder strength and mobility. So if you can, try and equally press into the floor with the arms. Okay, you're going to have one arm maybe slightly coming in this side than the other one. Make sure they're both directly underneath the elbow and make sure they're both dead straight. Okay, for me initially I used to find it quite hard because I was quite internally rotated, so if I put my elbow here, my hand wanted to do that, so it felt uncomfortable. Okay, the more you push through those moments, the better it's going to be. All right, so gently get ready, set that bar up, coming down, make sure the elbows are down, going in 3, 2, 1, lifting up. Set. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Knock those knees down. Walk it up. Keep the spine nice and engaged. Well done. Let me know how that was. Let me know how it was for you. And let me know how you're doing. Okay. So we got one more exercise that we're going to do, and then we're going to stretch. You're going to need your foam roller for this one. Okay. If you don't have your foam roller, get a stack of cushions that you can put your shoulder blades on, so your lower back, is off the floor, which is why you're using this. Okay. Now, possibly grab your band, but stick it to one side for a minute. Okay. From this, you're going to have this going across your shoulder blades. Some of you are going to really struggle with your head. Okay. If you want to, because your head's not part of this, but it is in a way, but you don't necessarily need to strain your neck for it. Okay. So you're going to line them up with each other. You're going to rest your shoulder blades on to your foam roller, lift it up, and then by having a little pillow behind, it keeps your neck nice and neutral. And from there, try and line it up so it's on your shoulder blades, so the opposite side of where your collarbone is, that's where the foam roller is. Now from there, keeping your hips up, just like we were doing a glute exercise, where you've got that line from your shoulder all the way to your knee. You're going to come from here where your pockets are, thumbs up, you're going to come all the way over, tap the floor, all the way back, just like so. Okay, now try again. Hips up, knees in line with, feet in line with the knee, knee in line with the hip in line with the shoulder, arms coming all the way up. Some of you are going to find it painful because you have tension in these areas. However, it's going to be beneficial for you. Okay, promise. So let's go. Keep those arms nice and straight from your pocket all the way up, and keep those hips up. They're going to be the ones that give up on you. So keep those hips up, me included. Should feel those hamstrings burning. Keep it going. And relax. Good job. Okay, drop the hips down for a second. Lift the head up for a second. Okay, drop that lower back down. Okay, now some of you are going to really struggle coming all the way up, because when you do so, you're going to want to curve your back like me there. Okay, but by having those hips up, okay, it already gives you a straight back. By driving them forward, it makes your back nice and straight, just like mine there. Okay, so What it does then is by drawing up and over, you don't compromise your back like that, okay, and end up curving, and then they all of a sudden start communicating with each other. So you get the engagement here and here, not right. We need to work there. So all the kind of the tag team works all up there, forgetting about down here, or it works all down here and forgets about up here, okay? And you're kind of doing that yo-yo effect, and the majority of us do that, to be honest, okay? It's all about engagement. So as much as this then seems potentially like a weird and wonderful exercise, okay? Imagine your back is then upright and your overhead pressing, shoulder pressing, incline bench pressing, Olympic lifts, you know, the catch, the clean, snatch, you know, all these little phases of the movements or exercises really make a difference, okay? So the more you can engage that lower back as you draw, and the less you kind of curve with it, okay, the more you're going to be able to hold those spots, right? So it's a brilliant exercise. It's a brilliant mobility exercise. It's a brilliant foam rolling exercise. If you've got a bit of tension there, you could roll it a little bit and then do these movements and bring it around here. It's going to really help you and really help reduce that kind of tension within the shoulder, okay? So if you do have that, look at our foam rolling exercise videos, okay? They'll really help you take away that tension, and just doing this exercise that I'm going to show you now, okay? Now, depending on your strength, ability, and how hard you found that, you may want to add a band to it, okay? Now, you're going to tuck that around your knees. It's going to take a bit of hairs off your legs if you've got some, okay? I do apologize. But yeah, depending on if you want them or you don't, might be a good thing. So, hips are up, okay? You engage the nose. Your arms are then coming all the way over the top, coming down, all the way back up, okay? You may want to get a towel that I mentioned earlier and wrap it around the hairs of your legs so it doesn't take the hairs off. Or if you're hardcore like myself, joking, if you're hardcore, then you may want to just crack on and get on with it, okay? But yeah, don't have it too far down. You want to kind of roughly just underneath your knees, right? So you ready? Thumbs up, just like before. Went all the way over and all the way back. Keeping it going. Sit. Nice and steady. Good. 15 seconds. Keep going. Hips up, tall as you can. Squeeze that back. Squeeze the bum. Squeeze your hamstrings. Draw it down. Nice and steady. Keeping those arms in line as you're doing it. Good. Relax. Drop it down. How was that? Okay. Some of you would have found that okay. Some of you would have found that like crazy hard and super tough. Okay. But yeah, it's going to be brilliant for you long term in the sense where you can add a bit of strength to that engagement and know the fact that with that foam roller, with that cushion there, you're going to know you're doing it right without compromising your lower back. So if you really do struggle with a kind of a lumbar curve, it's going to be a real exercise for you and really help safeguard that lower body, that lower back, that lumbar spine, and the overall spinal health, okay? So from there, what you're going to do, you're going to use a piece of furniture. You're going to use a cushion for your knees. You're going to slide down as deep as you can and bring your arms up as tall as you possibly can, stretching out that upper back like we've been working on as much as possible. Hope you all enjoyed today's class. Hope you found it beneficial. I hope a lot of the progressions, regressions, the phases of the exercises made a lot of sense. If they didn't, please ask questions. There is no stupid question. If you feel like it is a stupid question and you don't want to do it publicly, drop me a private message on Instagram, on Facebook, you name it. If not, just put it in the comment section and I'll answer it away. So coming up nice and tall. From there, you're going to sink it nice and deep. Put one hand in front, one hand underneath, dropping it down. Take your time. Just like so. So gently swap aside. Good. From there, coming up nice and tall, grabbing a seat, spinning your arms around the opposite way. Sit up as tall as you can, make your legs as straight as you can, arms as straight as you can, and push that chest out. It's going to help stretch out the chest, stretch out the front of your shoulders. Big deep breath. Great effort. From there, last but not least, cross over, sit up as tall as you can, hit those triceps. Hope you all enjoyed today's session. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button before you disappear. Share it with your friends on the way out, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Gently swap over arms. Thank you so much for your time, your company, your patience, your willingness to take part and try and better yourself. I appreciate it all. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed today's session. I apologize for going over a little bit. Sometimes you just got to, sometimes you're in the flow of things and it's going to work in and all the rest of it. So yeah, thank you for your time. Yeah, whole body's shaking on the last one. Sometimes it's really tough, isn't it? And sometimes I think that last one for you, Kim, is going to really benefit your upper thoracic. It's all that iPad downtime that is killing your upper back and drawing that in that posture. Okay, so it's going to really open and elevate, because the way you should be training, okay, is first of all, you break down the tissue, okay? Then you help increase the mobility through flexibility work, okay, and mobility work, okay? So you open up the joint, okay? You break it down, then you open up the joint, okay? And then you develop that full range, and then you get strong within that full range. Because typically, if you only have, say, half the range in your shoulder, then you're only going to be strong within that half range, okay? So if you then do this, and then add that flexibility and increase the mobility within the shoulder, it doesn't mean that you're going to be strong in the full range, okay? Then you then start adding in strength exercises, whether it be with bands, small dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, and then build it up slowly. And then that's how you train. But foam rolling, warm-ups, cool downs, recovery stuff, it's all the things that tends to get neglected when you've trained now for 53 minutes, okay? It's going to be what you do in the next 23 hours that maximizes today's session, okay? So if you just sit down for the rest of the day, you're going to undo all that hard work that you just worked really hard for, okay? So stay active, try and move once an hour. There's so much research coming out nowadays that shows that working from home, working from offices, getting up for 5 minutes, having a little walk around, having a little stretch, having a little, doing a few exercises like squats, press ups, like just some mobility stuff. Not only helps your body regenerate, but it also helps your mind regenerate and also increases productivity. And there's a lot of stuff out there. So have a little search on the internet. If you're struggling, let me know and I can push you in some right directions. There's a lot of stuff coming about neuroscience coming out in regards to movement and neuroplasticity. So not only will you get fitter and healthier, but you'll also be able to learn a lot more as well. All right. So thanks for listening to my ramblings. Hope you had an amazing day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Have an amazing one. Don't forget to hit the like button, share it, and subscribe if you can. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Take care. Have a nice day.